to Wini-FRIED Wednesday. I am your hostess with the mostest, to say the least, Winifred Sanderson. This is my partner in crime, Freddie McCleary, always ready to interrupt. And as you can see, this evening I am dressed in a bit of a different attire, am I not? Tonight, I am giving you the Game of Thrones realness. I call this costume A Story of Fire and Hex. Yes, children, oh goodness, it is so wonderful to be here with you all. Let me show off my costume to you. Will you let me do that? May I show it off to you? Look at this. Oh, look at all this wonderful work I've done. Isn't she gorgeous? And check out the wig. Look at the wig. Oh, darlings. And my favorite part, look at how I did the sigils. Oh, yes, we did much stoning work here. I am quite proud of this costume. Oh, goodness. I apologize for the delay. As you all know, I am not tech savvy. And so I had begun speaking and doing my show and then realized I hadn't hit live. So, you know, by the fourth show, we ought to get this right, because I know last week we watched a performance of James, Lady James from Corsets and Cuties in Silence, and I take responsibility for that. Didn't realize there was a mute button I had hit, which is why this evening Winifred has one hand to be part of the look and the other one to function. All right, so with that being said, let me get down to the brass tacks. Tonight we are going to be reading the New York Times bestseller, P is for Pterodactyl, the world's worst alphabet book ever. Oh, I cannot wait. It's darling, you're going to love it. And a very special performance from two members of a tribe I love in Columbus, Ohio. They are Jaime Sommer and Gilliland of Karaoke Quarantine. So if you enjoy Tiger King, I highly recommend you stick around. It is a family-friendly performance, so the children can stay, and you will be certainly let's just say, just wait. You will certainly be entertained. Just wait. You'll see. Now, as I said, we're going to read a New York Times bestseller, and I'm very excited to say that I received another book this week, and that book will be introduced later. We're going to read it for next week, but I want to talk about that book because I don't know who sent it to me, but I'm very grateful. Now, as many of you know, there is opportunity to participate in this Wini-FRIED Wednesday in a various amount of ways. So the first of which is that you can go to Amazon and look for Winnie's Reading Wish List. And once you find that, there are a plethora of books on there that you can select. You purchase that book, it will come directly to me, and it will be added into one of our episodes. Now, likewise, if you have a suggestion for a book, if you would like to participate as an entertainer in the show, perhaps you have a craft you would like to share or a recipe. I'm always looking for special guests, so don't be afraid to hit me up at the email below. Send me your questions if you have questions for Winifred, if you have a suggestion for a book that you loved as a child, or if you would like to participate in the show, you send them all to that email down below. And when you are on Amazon looking at that Winifred Reading Wish List, do make sure you are on Amazon Smile so that you may have a portion of your purchase go back to a charitable organization, and may I recommend the Barber Fund, helping those living with cancer. All right, now children, I am so excited about this book. I had to read this book several times because I wanted to make sure that I was doing it correctly and that I wasn't going to mispronounce things for anyone. Could you imagine me mispronouncing things? Who would think? Actually, speaking of, I'm wearing the teeth tonight that cause quite a lisp. So I must wet my whistle. How is everyone doing this evening? Let me come over to the comments. Let me get here. Oh, hello, Dale. Hello, Scott. Thank you for joining. Where's everyone tuning in from? Where are you all from? Where's everyone at? Aside from saying my house. I know you're in your house. Or perhaps you're back to work. Are any of you back to work, and instead of doing your job. You're watching me. Thank you very much. Let's see. Oh, hello, Joshua. Oh, thank you. I love the hair too. I'm quite proud of this one. Shall we get on with our book, children? Winter Garden! Winter Garden! I do love Winter Garden and the farmers markets and Winter Garden Theatre. Oh, there's just so many wonderful little spots to hang down there. Beautiful area to live. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, tonight's book. P is for Pterodactyl, the worst alphabet book ever. I am so excited. This is written by Raj Halda and Chris Carpenter, and the pictures are by Maria Tina Badia. I just like saying her name, Maria Tina Badia. All right, here we go. Do you all know your ABCs? My goodness, I hope so. Let's see what this book has to say about our ABCs. Did you know that there are some wacky words that start with a silent letter? Most of the time, you can just ignore that pesky first letter and sound out the rest of the word. But be careful. There are other words in this book that don't follow the rules. Got that right? Look at the back of the book for help with some of the more mischievous words. All right, so we have a little example in the back. Should we run into any trouble? Here we go. First letter of the alphabet is A, is it not? A. A is for apple, an airplane, right? No. A is for aisle. Well, that can't be right. A is for aisle, but I'm starting with the pronunciation of the I. The bread aisle has not been cleaned in eons, and 9 tiny beasts meet to have a feast. Well, all right. A silent A. Wonderful to meet you, silent A. B. Oh dear, this one looks difficult. B is for delium. We doubt anyone knows what delium is, but it's the only word dumb enough to begin with a silent B. Now, delium, as you can see, our young friend here is getting a little bit of sap out of a tree. Now, delium is, I believe, an African plant, but it is a substance that is used for incense and fragrances in ceremonies. Now, C is for za. No, that can't be right. C is for za, but I stopped pronouncing the Z. Shh. The fascinating za is secretly part of the Czech. Oh dear. I fear the Kremlin may fall. D. Oh, we're on to D. D is for Djibouti. Oh, but look how it's spelled. Djibouti. But it's pronounced Djibouti. The boat race begins when the handsome judge from Djibouti drops his handkerchief from the bridge. Oh, Djibouti is a small area of water that is in, I believe, northern Africa. Someone would have to check me on that. I don't want to speak out of turn being correct. E is for you. What? No. E is for you. Eileen the ewe was so euphoric. The wolves were eaten. She even gave the eulogy. Well, sometimes I say it's all right to enjoy watching your enemies fall. As is Eileen. Look at her, giving the eulogy. Well, what a wonderful way to be a peaceful creature and give forgiveness. F is not for photo, phlegm, phony, or phone, is it not? F is only for photo spelled F-O-T-O when you speak fluent Spanish at home. No kidding. Do any of you speak fluent Spanish? Oh, I bet you do. I tried to take Spanish in high school. It didn't go well. I quit and took French, which also didn't go well. Let's move on. G. Oh, I like this one. G is for gnocchi. That's a difficult one. Gnocchi. Gnocchi. Do you know what gnocchi is? The gnome yells, waiter! There's a bright white gnat nibbling on my gnocchi. Now see, gnat also begins with a G. G-N-A-T, gnat. Oh, look at this poor little gnome. Gnocchi is a pasta. Did you know that? All right, let's move on. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H is for air. Is it though? The honest heir admits that herbalism isn't his cup of tea. Darling, my goodness, air. All right. Oh, I. I is not for I. All right. We asked the pirate if he had two eyes, and he said, I. Get it? All right. Moving on. J. All right. Wait a minute. I want to make sure I pronounce this right. I remember now. Very good. J. J is for, oh, they're straight. J is for high-lie. Juanita and Bjorn happily play high-lie before eating fajitas in Juarez. My goodness. There's a lot of silent letters in that one, isn't there? Oh, K. K is for knight. The noble knight's knife nicked the knave's knee. Now, I do also want to say kudos that the knight in this photo appears to be female identifying. Notice the braids. We tend to do. Yes, I thank you to Maria Tina Padilla for giving us a female presenting knight. Thank you. L is not for L. All right. Oh, look at all these elephants. I love elephants. Elephants are my favorite animal in the whole world. An elephant named El rode the L train halfway to El Paso and dined on hots of palm with her folks. Well, all right. You must take the L train, I suppose. M is for mnemonic. Do you know what mnemonic means? All right. But now Mr. M can't remember why. Now, mnemonic, here, we're going to look. You see, we have the Great Lakes. Now, mnemonic, oh dear, how do I do this? See how we have the word home right here? So mnemonic teaches us a way to remember something. So we remember the word homes to remember the Great Lakes are Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. And that is a mnemonic. Now we all learned something today. Isn't that delightful? N. N is not for not, because not begins with a K. This not. N is for naughty children who will sing a solemn hymn when autumn comes to an end. Oh dear, yes. Every time All Hallows Eve was over and we entered into the Day of the Dead, I knew my time had come. Even as a child, I knew I would be on the naughty list always. It's fine, Santa. I like coal. All right. Oh, it's for Ouija. The French leopard says, we love to play Ouija with the wee witch from Oaxaca. Now listen. This is a French leopard playing with a Ouija board with two children. I don't know what's more dangerous, the Ouija board or the leopard with the two children, but someone left those children unattended, and they're not my problem. Oh, well, there is the tiny witch there, but is she really a chaperone? What would she do if there was a problem? She couldn't even open the door. Anyway, title of book. P is for Pterodactyl. Tomley, the psychic pterodactyl, struggles with psoriasis. Excuse me. Oh, look at this. Look at delightful boy. All right. And then we have Q is for quinoa. Oh, I love quinoa. Did you know that word started with a Q? We can enjoy quinoa and quiche by the K's in Qatar. Oh, darling. That was a lot. Moving on. R. R is not for R, as in A-R-E. In England, the Queen proclaims, we aren't saying the R's in butterfly, shark, or lizard. Delightful. Thank you. Oh, yes. S is for seas. Cece swam through the debris in the seas to see the imaginary Isle of New Arkansas. Look at all of that. My goodness, look at it floating around in this debris. That can't be safe. I don't recommend it. But she appears to be social distancing, which I appreciate. Wear your mask. T. T is for tsunami. That charging tsunami washed away all of Tchaikovsky's tchotchkes. Oh dear, do you know what a tchotchke is? A tchotchke is a Jewish word that means little trinket or precious keepsake. I speak a bit of Yiddish. I consider it a great mitzvah, and it's only because I play a Jewish woman on stage quite a bit. So, T is for tsunami. You is not for you. Oh dear, we're back to the funeral. For the wolves, what's happened? You never could have guessed that the wolf was disguised as the you. No kidding. Oh, deceit all around. I admire it. Pulled the wool over their eyes, didn't you? I see. We are on to V. V is for 5. How romantic. Get it? Okay, let's explain. So the reason this one says V is for 5 is because we are learning the Roman numbers here. We have 1, 2, 3. Now the 4 is actually the V with the 1 in front of it, and a 5 is a V. There you are. Did you learn something now? Good. W is for wren. The wren wrapped the rabbit's gift in red, but forgot to write a note. Oh dear. Oh, look at this lovely party they're having. They appear to be staying 6 feet apart from each other. Maybe that's why the wren's not down there. X is for xylophone. Xavier's extra arm made him an exceptional xylophone player. Well, I bet this looks like one of those devilish little munchkins from the letter A that was in the bread aisle, munching on goodies. And growing extra arms to be strong enough to play the xylophone. And why? Well, why? Why is not for why. But Leaves, who is wearing yellow shorts, yells, "Why is the Eiffel Tower upside down?" Well, darling, it's because you're upside down. Oh, and now the big finish, the coup de grace. It is Z. Did you know? Z is for Zhivago. Good night, Zhivago the zebra. I've enjoyed our rendezvous and to sleep. And thank you. Oh, children, 13 viewers I see we have here. Thank you all for joining us so much. Wonderful. Now, as I mentioned before, remember, if you would like to get in on the action for the show, if you would like to contribute a book, you can go to Amazon and search for Winnie's Reading Wish List. And if you have a performance that you would like to share, a book you would like to suggest, a question for Winifred, or anything in general you would like to send my way, that little email is below, and I look very much forward to hearing from you. Now listen, I'm going to grab my phone here because I am going to read this bio correctly and make sure that I didn't forget anything, because this bio is delightful. And our next performers are so incredible. I truly adore this darling girl, and I've only just met her partner in crime. And I am so excited, so excited to be able to bring them here for you this evening. Now, born in the Mothman Cave, Jaime honed her vocal talents by screaming at passing cars. What a wonderful way to learn. One fateful day, she finally stopped one. This happened to be guitarist Grant Gilliland. Now, excuse me, I lost my spot again. This is going well. How are you this evening? Oh, yes, well, Grant was puttering down the road in his 1982 Ford Fiesta, and the two bonded over their mutual love for hot dogs and karaoke. They soon formed a band, which the likes have never been seen until now. And after 75 years of performing in your basement, did you know they were there? The duo named Karaoke Quarantine began covering songs while stuck at home, since their tour got completely bamboozled by Little Miss Rona. Yes, didn't all of our worlds get a little messed up by that one? Well, without further ado, guys, gals, non-binary plows, please welcome Karaoke Quarantine.
She was a rich woman, she had rich taste, she felt the blood running through her veins. She liked the life she had, she loved her big cats and the beauty of being untamed. Everything was fine, just as sweet as wine. Then her husband went and disappeared. Then it got a little crazy, got a little hazy, and the cops said there's something wrong here. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, Mama's got some treats for you. Oh, kitty, kitty, you can't find this taste in the zoo. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, Mama girl, she sure loves you. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, Mama made this for you. So if you're ever down in Tampa on a big cat refuge, don't pick a fight with your wife. 'Cause it's a big 40 acres, and if you're not careful, you'll be gone in the blink of an eye. No bones, no remains, but that won't change the fact that Don sure ain't coming back. But you can't prosecute, there's just no use, there's nothing left but tiger tracks. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, Mama's got some treats for you. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, you can't find this taste in the zoo. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, Mama girl, she sure loves you. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, Mama made this for you. Oh, here, kitty, kitty, Mama's got some treats for you. Oh, you can't find this taste in the zoo. Oh, little kitty, kitty, Mama girl, she sure loves you. Oh, little kitty, kitty, Mama made this for you. Mama made this for you. What in the hell are you doing out of your cage? What the hell?
Oh, hello, Tiger King.
Hey, anybody order some pizza?
Oh, dear.
Starving.
Are you? Oh, dear. Well, I will not keep you long, but darling, I want to say thank you to both of you for being on the show.
Thank you.
I am so grateful. You both are so wonderful, and I love your silliness, and you're just so great. Can you hear me all right? I don't even
Yes,
know.
we can. I see we both have our dogs with us.
We do. We both have our little dogs with us. Isn't that nice? Oh, dear.
Get back.
Yeah, careful. You might want to muzzle that one. I'm not sure. Oh dear. Oh, it bites.
Everything bites, ma'am.
Thank you so much for being here. Karaoke Quarantine. Be sure to tip these fabulous performers. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, Jaime. Thank you, Grant. Mwah. You all have a wonderful evening.
In your basement.
Oh, see you in the basement. Oh dear. Well, in Florida, we don't really have basements, so I'm not too worried. Well, children, that is our show. Episode 3 in the books. Speaking of books, would you like to know what we're going to be reading next week? I am very excited about this book. Now, if you sent me this book, I want you to let me know because I want to be able to thank you. The book is Rescue and Jessica, a life-changing friendship. Now, I am very excited to read this book because this book is about someone who became an amputee, who was born with both of her legs and later in life lose them. Now, just for content, so that the parental units out there know, if you would like to prepare your child at all, the book does not discuss how it happens, but the Boston Marathon incident is how this individual came to lose her legs. And this is a beautiful story about how she obtained a service animal and how the service animal truly changed her life. Now, this is no service animal. This is a somewhat trained dog that will only sit when carpet is underneath his butt. I can appreciate that. But we're hoping for therapy dog by 2022. Yes, we are. Nevertheless, I fully believe in rescuing. I believe in not buying from breeders. Please give rescue dogs and cats and other animals a second chance. I knew how I needed to save my life, and this young man right here helped me do it. I am so grateful for him. He does not need that fourth leg. He's plenty strong with just the 3. And so next week, I am very excited to share with you Rescue and Jessica, where we're going to be finding out all about dogs that are in service dogs who help out those who are in need. It's amazing what these creatures are capable of. Isn't it wonderful? You are all so amazing. You are. Dogs are just the best. You are. Don't lick the teeth. That's so gross. Children. Oh, rescue us from Dale. Thank you. Oh, well, everyone say thank you, Dale. Dale bought rescue. Yes, there's usually like a little note, that says, oh, this is a gift from so-and-so. And it wasn't in here. So thank you, Dale. Of course you did. Dale bought our book last week. My goodness. All right. Pews for Pterodactyl was our book tonight. A wonderful New York Times bestseller. Be sure to pick it up and add it to your collection. Next week, we're reading Rescue and Jennica. Now, be sure to remember to tune in to that what are you doing? To that Amazon wish list. Check it out. Amazon wish list. There you go. And this is also how you can tip me. Thank you. Help us buy delicious treats for the little one. And listen, these are trying times for all of us. I appreciate your tips. I appreciate all of you who have gifted monetarily to me. I send you all so many blessings, and I feel so blessed by receiving from you. But I receive just as much having your presence here with me this evening, and I thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Ta-ta. We will see you next Wednesday. Until then, keep it light, keep it funny, and keep it moving forward. Good night, children. Are you ready to go for a walk? Should we go for a walk? Let's go for a walk, shall we? All right, darling. I'm going to put you down now. Are you going to bark like an idiot? That's what I thought.